And we're rolling. Okay, Benny hit us up on Twitter, new follower. Shout out, Benny.
Benny.
His question was, should there be torque in the torso at the top of your backswing? Other question we had was about how to hit a fairway wood. So we'll tackle those two. Christmas holidays are coming up. I know you guys are going to be with your family a lot. We're going to meet one more time and do some filming before the Christmas break.
Yep.
So when you're sitting around the Christmas table and you don't have much to talk about, remember me and Shawn and Maddie behind the ones and twos.
That's it.
Okay, so torque.
Get some more golfers in that million new.
That's it. So torque should there be torque in the backswing? The way that I would answer that question, the way that a lot of people enjoy how I answer it, probably how you answer it as well, is it's not what you'd think it should feel like.
Right.
I think a lot of the times when you look at people that ask a question like that, or they watch a fitness expert talk about, power creation in a swing.
That question, we understand, is born out of the stuff that we hear in golf tournaments,
right,
and the observations that some of the teaching professionals give us on the Golf Channel or in the golf magazine, stuff like that.
Right.
You'll get the real gist from us today, right now.
So the way that I get people to experience it, because you're going to remember the feeling, you're not going to remember the words. Shawn, if you sit up there for a second, okay? Now, I want you to swing to the top,
yep,
and I want you to feel like you're going to create too much torque too early, and the air is going to be being squeezed out of your lungs. So do that.
So,
okay, so his lungs are going to feel like they're going like this,
yeah,
and he's probably going to have tension in his lower back. Shawn, you want to talk to the audience for a while?
Shoulders.
There you go. He can't do it.
And lots of tension, and my chest is being compressed, and my right arm is chicken winging.
Right. And
I wouldn't be able to stay in this position for very long.
No. So what I would say to Shawn and what I would say to you at home is, and next time you go to the range, this is a cool acid test that you can do on your own. Go ahead and swing to the top. Okay, and assume a position where you can carry on a conversation with me.
All day.
All day long?
What are we having for Christmas dinner?
Turkey.
All right.
Okay. So if
cranberry sauce, gravy?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, Shawn's still going to smash it from here.
You bet.
But he's in a position where there's no tension yet.
Yet. That's right. Thank you.
When's the tension going to come? And why is it going to come?
All right.
Boom.
Now that you ask. So in the backswing, we are gathering range of motion to get ready to do what? Now, one of the fun things that we like to do at our Learning Academy is throwing clubs. Yes, you heard me right. I have some special club throwings. Don't do graphite shafts, please. So get some old clubs. It's something you can do in the wintertime. Paint them black for the winter, paint them white in the summer. And I have a target, a very specific target, a tree, a flower pot, something. Well, not mom's flower pot. And we're going to take the club and we're going to throw it in a specific direction. So you'll notice that when you're getting ready to throw, you're gathering. It's like a baseball pitcher. They're very relaxed, and then they're getting ready to deliver the throw. So the getting ready part, as soon as my body goes to collect the ground, there's this little squat that occurs. Now the tension begins. That's where it starts to build. That's where that kinetic chain starts to build up. So it starts to build there, continues to build, and then I'm starting to get to, a really good toned up position. I'm collecting the ball here, releasing the ball there. That's where the peak happens, and that's where everything dissipates. So when I'm getting ready to throw the club out there, the peak speed is when the club is coming out of my hands. So I'm getting ready to throw the club out into that target.
Love it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, love it. I had somebody that did this earlier in the week. And what they thought they were going to do and what they actually did were two totally different things. They actually went from swinging 100 miles an hour, 99 miles an hour with their driver,
yep,
to 106, and it felt like easier.
It felt easier. That's
because
right.
There was less tension in their body.
That's right.
For a longer period of time, which enabled them to create more speed at the bottom.
Good. One last little analogy that you'll really enjoy. I use this. It's like it's a hitting stick, so it's like one of those orange whip things.
Okay.
So imagine this was a long pole fishing rod.
Okay.
And I wanted to cast this ball out into the ocean.
Yep.
So if I put too much tension too soon, then it loads too soon, releases too soon, the energy dissipates well before I get to the ocean.
To the end, yeah.
So I want to feel like when I'm Loading it, I want to feel that it's going to deliver out there. Now, if that's your target, you'll tend to load it way too soon. Mm-hmm. But if you're delivering deeper out towards the target, then you'll begin to load it here, and then you'll release it more out there, right? So,
yep. So last little nugget for that, and then maybe we'll talk briefly about a 3-wood. We're really just going to talk about, you know, which is the theme of the show, how you set up, how the tool is designed to work.
Yes.
But I had an interesting student this week that I was helping, that they sent me an email after I was done helping them, and they said, it's amazing how much easier it is to start, you know, through the ground up kinetically when you feel really relaxed with the upper body.
Very cool.
Shawn's fishing, you know, it all kind of makes sense.
Excellent.
3-wood.
So, 3-wood. The previous show we talked about collecting pennies or cutting through tees. Well, we just have a wider blade, or what a lot of my students appreciate is we pretend this is skipping stone. So imagine you're out on the pond and you're skipping stones on the pond. You take that stone and you whip it out there, give it a skip. You take the stone, it's a beautiful wide round surface. Imagine now that has an extension leading into your hands, and the puddle is right here in front of you. So you take the sole of this club and spank it across the puddle out towards something in the pond, like on the other side of the pond is a big oak tree. So I have a target, I see the skipping stone, and I'm going to deliver a nice whipping skip toward that big oak tree. So if the sole of the club deflects across the pond, then the ball has to meet the center of the club face. So don't be focused on the ball, focus on the sole of the club and how it's going to spank. It's a great word, spank.
Bam.
It's going to spank across the surface of that pond, and that's what collects the ball and delivers that ball out into the picture.
And if we can read your mind for a moment, maybe when there's the default to the ball, it's because you're trying to hit the ball higher and get it up in the air. What Shawn's saying, what we're saying is this is the only way to really hit a 3-wood as high as you can. Let it glide.
Let it glide along the surface. If you can't get below the surface, the planet's in the way, so you can't lift it. And if you go for the ball, well, the planet's in the way on the other side. No good either.
No good either.
Along the surface.
So we'll make a couple of vines for you guys about all this stuff. We're going to see you one more time before Christmas. If we don't see you before Christmas, have a wonderful holiday season.
All the best, you guys.